Hey there, it's Davita. Welcome to Abstract and Flow. Today we are going to talk about resin. Now, I am no expert, but I have resined a few pieces, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So this is the stone coat. All resins comes with an A and a B part. The epoxy resin store, and I just purchased a new brand called Mass Tabletop. I haven't used this brand before, but I'm going to give it a try. Now, as you can see, the epoxy resin has started to yellow. I was a little concerned about that, so I looked it up, and the yellowing is not going to have an effect once it's mixed and poured on whatever project you're working with. And actually, I believe I did use this resin for this project. Now, it was perfectly clear once mixed, and there's no yellowing on this piece. So that's what we're going to do. So, what am I resining today, you may ask? Let me show you. Okay, let's show you this one. This is the raw product of the trays that I've been working on. Now, I purchased these from Amazon. You must sand them. This is an unfinished wood before you start working on them, which I've done. I have two that I have painted. They've been sanded, but I'm not happy with that composition. Nor am I happy with this composition. But I do like the fact that I stained and painted the inside black, left the perimeter the stain color. I'm just not happy with this here. So we're going to change that. And once we do that, I am going to show you how I resin them. So let's get into the pouring part of this video. Okay, so the colors that we're going to be using today will be Artist Loft Silver, which is here. Let's pan down a little bit so you can see the consistency. It's very thin. It's actually leaving just a hint of a trace. Next, we're using this little piggy's Sangria, also leaving just a hint of a trace. Let's see, wait a minute. Yeah. And you can turn to or refer to video 117, how I mix my Mecca powders using polyacrylic and Bare deep base. And believe me, the color stays vibrant when I mix it with the polyacrylic and the Bare. I do not use Floetrol because Floetrol dulls the color of the powders. We're going to throw in some pearl white. This is Amsterdam's. Our base is going to be Artist Loft Float Black. No, the base is going to be, I'm sorry, white. Yeah. Yes, we're using a white base for this pour. So, just those three colors, layered a couple of times. Let's pan it down to the canvas or to the tray and get this pour started. I love saying that. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to lay down some black first. And I really don't like this corner composition. I do like the swirls, so I'm going to do another swirl. And because it's in a tray, we can't, you know, tilt. It will distort, you know, our Dutch blowout. So you have to use something else to fill in any gaps you may have missed. Make sure the paint is all the way on the perimeter. And okay. Alright, I kind of like that. Okay, not too bad. Now, I believe there's, the paint is a little thicker in the middle. So this is going to take the better part of 4 to 5 days to dry completely. And that's another reason why I put the colors down first and then lay my base. So I'm not laying too much paint, but still having enough that the Dutch spreads, you know, pretty evenly. Now, we're going to get to what do I do after it dries. I'm going to show you. Another one that I worked on about 2 weeks ago now. It's completely dry. The sides are painted. They're nice and smooth. So this one is ready for a coat of resin. This one, I embellished a little with some lines. Painted the sides. Completely dry. Ready for some resin. So that's what we're going to do next. Alright, so we're ready to get resiny. Resin to resin. Yeah. So when I resin, I wear a protective, I guess it's like a operating type get up where I am covered from my neck to my knees. I also have my respirator. And yeah, I will not be talking through this process, but this is how it goes on. Then that clips in the back of your neck. Then you put on your gloves. So for this project, it is 13.75 by 13.75. So I'm going to need about 6.5-ish worth of resin to cover the bottom of this tray. I have my measuring cup, and I have about 5 trays to cover. So I'm going to make about 30 ounces of resin. That should give me enough to cover all 5 trays. I am going to use my Stone Coat resin. And what you need to do is mix A into B. So I'm going to pan you all down, put on my protective gear, and show you what I'm doing. Here we go. So we are ready. We're ready to start with our resin part of the video. I am going to use Stone Coat countertop resin, and you're going to mix A into B. It recommends that you heat up your resin to about 65 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And you can do that by setting your bottles into some warm water to get the resin that's been sitting pliable. Once that is done, you're going to mix equal parts. 1 part A, 1 part B. Now, I do not use a scale. I use my measuring cup. So for 30 ounces, I'm going to do 15 ounces of A and then pour in 15 ounces of B. I will mix it for about 4 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes. I will scrape the sides. I will scrape the bottom. I will stir slowly so that we're not producing a lot of air bubbles within the resin. So I'm going to go heat up my resin, and then I'm going to pan the camera down and let you watch how I measure it, and we'll go from there. I'm done all 5 trays. Now I know you saw me add in a little bit of silver glitter into the measuring cup. That is a game changer because it's just going to add just a hint of little sparkles in your resin, And it's just, I don't know, it's just so pretty. So, of course, once I removed my gloves and my mask, I always take a baby wipe and alcohol. Even though I'm wearing gloves, I clean my hands with alcohol and I wipe them down with a baby wipe, moist towelette. And I've been pretty successful not getting any, what they call like a resin rash. And I'm very careful because of my respiratory issue. And I haven't had any issues. And I've been using resin for about a year. So let's take you in for a close-up. Okay, so this is the piece I just did. And try not to, let's see, can move my ring light a little bit. I can see the sparkles. I sure hope you can see them. Because just right in there, you can see little sparkles right in that little area. Right along this green line, I see sparkles. So that's just going to add a little extra oomph to this piece once it's dried. Okay. That is all. Okay. That is all that I have for you tonight. Once these pieces are dried, the resin, I will have pictures of them on my Instagram page and my Facebook page, all which will be linked below. And they will be available, although I am trying to build up some product for an event I have the end of July. So doing them now should give them enough time to dry and be ready for market. So you all stay blessed out there. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe. See you next pour. Bye.